Hey everyone, this is Viren and welcome back to my YouTube channel for another LinkedIn marketing tutorial. In this video, we're going to talk about account-based marketing, which means that you're going to create a list of company names and we're going to specifically target people who work in those companies. Now, this is a gold mine for B2B marketers, right? You have a list of companies that you would want to onboard as your clients, and you can specifically target people who work inside those companies. So without any delay, let's get right into the tutorial. So I'm inside the ads manager on LinkedIn, and if you don't know how to set this up and how to reach the ads manager, there is a complete beginner tutorial for LinkedIn ads, which is there in the description below. In fact, there's an entire playlist that you can use, and it has a lot of LinkedIn ads videos, right from beginner to more advanced stuff like the one that we're doing in this video. So once you're in the ads manager, there's this section here called plan. And inside this, you need to go into audiences. This is where you'll create your audience, which for us is a list of companies that we want to target, right? So you'll click here and we see these two options here, predictive audience, which basically means that you're going to upload some source data and LinkedIn is going to try to predict and find more similar people to the data that you've uploaded. This is not what we want to do at the moment, but we will do this in another video. But the one that we're interested in is matched audience. And let's go into that. So there are multiple ways to create matched audiences on LinkedIn. The first one that we're going to use is company or contact information. So here we upload a list of contacts or a list of company names, and we will just directly target those people on LinkedIn. There are other ways to target as well, which could be a list from your offline events, or you could also retarget people based on their engagement with these things on LinkedIn. So if someone has engaged with your company page, you could retarget them with ads. If somebody has engaged with a document or a lead gen form or a video, all of these things that you do on LinkedIn, if people have engaged with them, you would be able to retarget them. And we will do this in another video as well. But for now, let's start with company and contact information. Click on next. We'll give our audience a name, right? And we select a list type, and at the moment we want to look at company list. There's a template here that you can download, and then you need to fill that up and upload the list. So let's click on company list template. So I downloaded the template, and this is largely what it looks like. There is company name, company website, company email domain, LinkedIn company page URL, the stock symbol, industry, city, state, company code, zip code. Now, all of this is not mandatory, but if you fill all of this for a company, the chances of finding a match inside LinkedIn is going to be higher. But this is by no means necessary. I have created another sheet here. So let me go into sheet 1 where I just have company name. And what I've done here is simply downloaded a list of Fortune 1000 companies from, I think, a couple of years ago, 2022 or 23. And this is all I'm going to use. Now, the thing about these kind of lists are that there are chances that, for example, a company is called Walmart here, but inside LinkedIn, this is called something else, might be a bigger name or something, right? So chances are that a match might not happen. So you need to plan accordingly that if you're not going to be creating these names and filling out at least some of these information from LinkedIn, you will want to have a longer list and plan that maybe 50% of your list is actually going to find matches inside LinkedIn, right? Now, when it comes to these lists, LinkedIn have certain rules that they've defined. And one of those is that they should have at least 300 companies in the list. The reason for this kind of a rule is to protect the privacy of people in these companies. And you should not be able to just select one company and target them, right? And the max cap is 300,000. So anywhere between 300 to 300,000 companies is what you would be looking to target. In this particular list, I think I have about 1000 companies here, right? So we'll go ahead and download this as a CSV because LinkedIn accepts only CSV. And now I can go here, select this list, upload the CSV template. As you can see here, there's an information icon which says that it will take at least 48 hours for this list to get processed. In my experience, it does take about 1 to 2 days for this to happen. Let's agree and upload. And while the list is being processed, you will see the status as building. For the ease of this video, I had already uploaded this list about a couple of days ago, and this particular list is ready to advertise with. for this list, I did find a match rate of greater than 90% and an audience count of 27 million members. So we did have a very good match rate on the 1,000 biggest companies of the world. And of course, cumulatively, they really do have a lot of employees across the world, right? So this is a good starting point. And now I'm going to show you how to actually use this list to create an ad campaign. So let's go back into the ads manager. So now that we're back into the ads manager, let's go ahead and create a campaign. Give your campaign a name. For now, I'm going to go with website visits. Now, if you're new to LinkedIn and you want to understand what all of these other campaign means, you need to check out the playlist in the description below. It covers all of these objectives. We go right from beginner mode to a lot of these advanced things that you could do with LinkedIn ads. But for now, just for the purpose of simplicity, I'm just going to select website visits and go ahead. For this particular campaign group, I want the ads to start today and run continuously. Let's click on next. We'll now set up the campaign. So give your campaign a name. And now we move into the audience. Let's select the location where we want to target people. So for now, I'm just selecting United States, right? But if you wanted to target all the employees in the list that we uploaded, these people could be working anywhere across the world. And LinkedIn needs you to select at least one location. So what you could do is essentially you could select all the continents and then use the list. So it would target the entire list, right? But for now, let's say that I want to target only the United States. The language is set to English. And now I'm going to narrow the audience further and actually use the list that we uploaded. So we go into narrow, select audiences, go into list upload, company list, and we can see our list already here, right? And this is ready to use. So we're going to close this. And what seems to have happened is that the forecast for the list I've uploaded could not be calculated, maybe because this is a very fresh list. So this would end up starting to show in a couple of days, but nonetheless, we could still continue and run the ad, right? So let's do that. From here on, I would narrow the audience further and now go into maybe audience attributes, right? And let's assume for now that I'm looking to target people in marketing inside these companies. So let's say I go into job functions and say marketing. And I would narrow the audience further and go into job experience and say that I want to like only target senior level people, right? So let's assume these are the only kind of people that I want to target. And as we can see that the audience size is roughly 130,000 people. And this is breaking down from the 27 million people who worked at the list of these 1,000 companies. From here, I can see that in the function tab, I am still targeting a lot of sales folks, and I really don't want to target Salesforce, for example. So I could go exclude and say that I want to exclude job functions like sales or human resources. And I don't want to target people who are in these job functions. In fact, let's remove business development as well. So yeah, you could play around with this and narrow your audience further or exclude people from the list that we have. You could select audience expansion, but I generally do not like to use this as I want to have control over who I'm targeting. But what audience expansion generally does is it would expand the audience to find more similar people that could fit the targeting options that you have selected. But let's not select it for now. And now we'll go into the ad format. There are these different kinds of ad format. Once again, if this is new to you, then you do want to check out the beginner video and the playlist that is there in the description below. But for now, I'm just going to select single image and go ahead. We do not want to use tracking parameters. Placement is LinkedIn and LinkedIn audience network. I would want to target only people inside LinkedIn. So I'm going to remove that. We'll set a daily budget to $50 and run this campaign continuously from today. In the bidding strategy, there is one maximum delivery and there is a cost cap. So I generally like going with cost cap. And I can see that the recommendation here is between $19 to $54. So I would ideally always want to start at the lower end of things and then see how it goes from there and increase if the ad is not servicing to a lot of people. And finally, at conversion tracking, which is optional. And if you have that set up, you could select that as well for this ad. And we'll go into next. In the final step, we could create our ad. So you could either create a new ad or browse existing content that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new ad. You could add an introductory text here. So I don't know, just added a basic introductory text. Now, if you had a landing page, you could add the destination URL here. You could scrape the page and bring in all the text and images from that particular page. For now, I'm just going to simply select the upload option. And I have this image that is already there selected from Shutterstock. So I'm going to use that. Add a destination URL. So I'm just using my LinkedIn profile page. Let's go ahead and add a headline. Add a call to action. And here on the right hand side, we can see how this ad is going to look like, right? You could also check the mobile version. And once you're happy with what this is going to look like, just click on save ad. So for this video, the purpose was how to do the account-based targeting. And we really didn't get too much into how to create a good ad and all of that, right? So for all of that, you could check out the other videos that I have in my LinkedIn playlist. For now, we're done with this. You could see how this is going to look on the feed. If I clicked on this, you could go into my profile. Back to the ads manager, we just click on next. And in the final step, you could just review this ad and make it live. So that's it. The campaign has been launched. It will take LinkedIn a few hours to review this. We could go into view campaigns. This is the one that I just created. And here, once the ad is live, we will be able to track it, see the spend, the results, cost per result, impression clicks, and all of those data points that you would need to track this ad. Well, that's about it for this video. If this was helpful for you, please do hit the subscribe button for more such similar videos in the future. Do check out the LinkedIn playlist so that you could go through all the other things that you could do with the LinkedIn Ads Manager. And if there's anything missing there you would like me to create, do comment and let me know so that I could add those videos to the playlist. And I'm going to see you in the next one.